evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, campaigning has ended and the dust is settling on the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, which comes to an end. But this is just the silence before the political storm. Prime Minister Modi has sounded a bugle to his detractors to race and brace up for the political tufan, which will sweep them away after 4th of June. He has confidently asserted that he isn't just preparing for results on the 4th of June, but even charted the course for the next 125 days for his Tisra term. Brimming with Atmavishwas and a vision for India, Prime Minister Modi has headed now for Tapasya at the Vivekanand Rock Memorial. This has become somewhat of a ritual for the Prime Minister in the last two elections, as well as he logs off from electioneering and prepares for his next stint. He decides to cut himself off and go spiritual. Remember, after the 2014 elections, he paid homage to Chhatrapati Shivaji at Pratapgarh. After the 2019 election period, Prime Minister meditated in a cave in Kedarnath, one of the 12 revered Jyotirlingas. And not just Prime Minister Modi, even his deputy, the Chanakya of BJP's Rajniti and Ranniti, Home Minister Amit Shah, went on a spiritual journey by offering prayers at Kashi Vishwanath Temple and the Pudukai Temple in Tamil Nadu. But what's happening in the opposition camp? The tufan that Prime Minister Narendra Modi warned of seems to have struck the stormy corridors of the Vipaksh. On the last day of campaigning, the India Alliance left no stone unturned to target Prime Minister Modi. After all, their strategy has been to focus of fighting the Modi ki leher. Here's how. First, it started with galis like mental, zalim, Marega Modi and Lathi Maro Modi ko. Then they went on to the Election Commission with 7 complaints against the Prime Minister, and 28 times they complained against his generals. The opposition even took to social media to target the Prime Minister with hashtags and posters like Go Back Modi. And finally, ahead of Prime Minister starting his tapasya, not only did the Vipaksh complain to the Election Commission of this bid to somehow garner votes in the silent period, they even tried to block permissions by the DM and police in Tamil Nadu. But what sent the opposition into such a tizzy where even a Maun Vrat and meditation by Prime Minister Modi rattles them? Watch how today the Prime Minister has declared that he's so confident of winning the mandate of Bharat that he's already preparing for his third term.
4 जून के बाद जो 6 महीने हैं, उसमें देश विकास की एक नई रफ्तार पकड़ेगा। लेकिन इसके अलावा 6 महीने राजनीति में भी नया तूफान लाने वाले हैं। देश में जितनी भी परिवारवादी पार्टियां हैं, उनके कार्यकर्ताओं में निराशा चरम पर है।
चुनाव की इस भागदौड़ में भी हमारी सरकार एक पल भी व्यर्थ नहीं कर रही है। सरकार बनते ही तीसरे टर्म में अगले 125 दिन में क्या होगा, सरकार क्या करेगी, सरकार कैसे करेगी, सरकार किसके लिए करेगी, सरकार कब तक करेगी, इसके रोड मैप पर काम कर लिया गया है।
Neither Modi's confidence nor his tapasya has gone down well with the opposition. Watch how they once again resort to mudslinging and warn him of 3 mehboobas which will lead to his downfall: unemployment, poverty and inflation. Listen in to the opposition's charge.
एक व्यक्ति कहता है मैं भगवान के लिए काम करता हूं, और उनका चमचा कहता है कि नहीं नहीं नहीं, भगवान इनके लिए काम करते हैं।
अब क्यों परेशान है? 206 रैली उन्होंने की, तो इसका मकसद ये है कुछ तो गड़बड़ है।
तय है कि 4 तारीख को ये निवर्तमान प्रधानमंत्री, आउटगोइंग प्रधानमंत्री गोइंग आउट हो जाएंगे।
यही भूकंप आने वाला है बोले तो उनके लिए आने वाला है, हमारे लिए नहीं है।
मोदी जी को उनकी 3 महबूबा जो है वो चुनाव हरवा। पहली महबूबा है बेरोजगारी, दूसरी महबूबा गरीबी और तीसरी महबूबा महंगाई।
Tonight on NewsHour Fact Check, we will tell you who's kicking up a political storm ahead of the 4 June result day. Watch this. Prime Minister Modi conducted 206 rallies and roadshows. The face of the other national party in the India Alliance, Rahul Gandhi, conducted only 72. His sister Priyanka Gandhi held 80 rallies. Their allies, however, fared better. Mamta Banerjee had 107 rallies. Akhilesh did 80, while Tejasvi Yadav hit a high of 180. Now, let's look at a few head-to-head contests of Modi and Rahul Gandhi. Prime Minister gave 80 interviews, while Rahul Gandhi gave just 1. Prime Minister covered 25 states in his rallies, while Rahul covered just 20. Since 31st of March, Prime Minister Modi has hit the road campaigning on 55 days, while Rahul Gandhi campaigned on 39 days. In the last 61 days, Prime Minister Modi had only 6 silent days where he didn't campaign while he was involved in other work. Rahul Gandhi had 22 silent days. So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question that we're asking on the News Hour tonight, is it Prachand Prime Minister's versus Parast Vipaksh? That's the question, and that's the debate we're coming up with on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining me tonight live on the News Hour, Shehzad Poonawala, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also joining me, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, scientist, political commentator. Suhail Seth, columnist, marketing guru. Also on the show tonight is Professor Anwar Pasha, national spokesperson of the RJD. Abbas Haider, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. But my first question goes to Dr. Sanjay Jha, suspended Congress leader, author, political commentator. Sanjay Jha, why is the opposition just so much in nervousness mode just because the Prime Minister is going to the Dhyan Mandapam in Kanyakumari? It's the silent period. He's done it before. He's not speaking to anybody. The fact of the matter is that after a grueling campaign season, and this year the heat, not just in campaigning, has been high, even gods have raised the temperatures a bit higher this year than ever before. Why is the opposition in such a twist about this 48-hour meditation period for the Prime Minister?
Navika, good evening. I think the opposition's basic issue is very straightforward and uncomplicated, Navika. I don't think anybody has any objection and cannot have it. There's a fundamental right to go and meditate or do whatever people like once the campaigning is over. But Mr. Modi has this tendency, if you look at his past track record, that he does everything with a massive, the camera crew all around him, which the opposition believes becomes a form of indirect campaigning. And the truth is, and we all know it, that if anybody understands the camera better than Mr. Modi, I don't think that person has been born. I mean, there are enough fun pictures and memes that tell you how he even pushes away somebody if that person obstructs the camera view when Mr. Modi is sharing a stage. But I think the fundamental question is larger than that, Navika, which I think is when you showed your first graph, You showed Mr. Modi has done 200 rallies and Rahul has done 70, etc. But I'll tell you what's interesting in that figure that you put out. If you add up for all the opposition India Alliance leaders, they have done over 500 rallies as compared to Mr. Modi's 200. You see, the problem and the reason why the NDA is likely to lose, and Mr. Modi is no longer going to be a prime minister very shortly, you will have an India Alliance prime minister, is because the NDA's entire campaign is about BJP, and the BJP has been totally consumed by Mr. Modi. It's a Modi ki guarantee, not a BJP ki guarantee. So I think Mr. Modi is doing all the heavy lifting. And I think anybody who's seen him through this campaign, Navika, his speeches have been so outrageous, so obtuse, so absolutely, in my opinion, shocking, that I think it tells you that he's diminished during the course of this campaign. And it will show you in the electoral results on the 4th of June.
Okay. All right, very well said, Dr. Jha. But the fact of the matter is, if Rahul Gandhi is seen outdoors tomorrow at some point, I'm sure the cameras will follow him. So why are you in a twist? I don't understand. Cameras follow people. That's the job of cameras. They follow celebs. They follow politicians. And this is the biggest political occasion once in 5 years that has come up. So cameras follow. You think cameras will not follow Akhilesh Yadav, or they will not follow Tejasvi Yadav, or they will not follow Rahul Gandhi? Of course they will follow each one of these leaders. But वहाँ आपको दर्द नहीं है. आपको दर्द सिर्फ नरेंद्र मोदी का है. Number one. And if you're talking about the Prime Minister, Shehzad Poonawala, didn't you just hear Tejasvi Yadav saying, 3 महबूबाएं हराएंगी बेरोजगारी? It's just the reference. महबूबाएं, you talk like this about the Prime Minister. Rahul Gandhi, इनका चमचा बोलता है, इनके चमचे बोलते हैं. He even refers to journalists like that. I'm just saying that is there anything to choose from and differentiate between the rhetoric this side or that, Shehzad?
देखिए नाविका जी, 7 phases of election and 4 phases of meltdown. The first phase of meltdown was against opinion poll. Second phase was against media. Third phase was against election commission and EVM. Multiple petitions went to the court. And now the 4th phase will be against the Janta itself. And they have already started by abusing the leader of the Janta, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But having said that, I cannot understand. PM is doing meditation. These people are in frustration. And PM is going silent. They are becoming politically violent. Now please tell me, Modi करे तो करे क्या? जब शांत रहता है मोदी तब गाली पड़ती है, जब मोदी जी बोलते हैं तब गाली पड़ती है. अरे भाई, इतने मौन रहने से भी आपको डर लग रहा है? मैं 2-3 सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं. I want to ask 2-3 specific questions. Today Sanjay Jha has said it is a violation of model code of conduct. Please tell me the exact specific provision which is being violated, because as far as Prime Minister is concerned, he is going to Vivekanand Rock Memorial. It is not a political event. He is not speaking to anybody. He is doing there because it is his astha. Somebody's astha may be to go to Bangkok. They can go and do the meditation there. Our astha is that we will go to the most important spot from the point of view of Sanatan Dharma, and we are doing meditation there. But I have one question to ask. On 26th of April, when Wayanad was voting, at that time Rahul Gandhi was a candidate in Wayanad, and he was doing the campaigning in Bagalka, Karnataka, and he got full media coverage at that time. And that was a silent period for the candidate of Wayanad. But at that time he was campaigning, and the media also gave him full coverage. So is he going to abuse the media, or is it going to be the fault of Rahul Gandhi? Look, then the next argument they make is that the camera should not be taken there. Now please tell me, in the age of social media and the age of mobile phones becoming so cheap that every person now has a smartphone, 80 crore smartphones are there, 200 more mobile phone manufacturing companies are there thanks to Modi ji, and internet data is down by 90%. Anybody can take a video of Prime Minister Modi even if the media is not there. Actually, what is this all about? This is actually about the Sanatan Virod of Congress party now taking its most virulent form. Ram Mandir bekar hai, Sanatan समाप्त करो, सनातन बीमारी की तरह है, राम जी का अस्तित्व नहीं, राम मंदिर प्राण प्रतिष्ठा को बॉयकॉट करो से लेकर now if a Sanatani wants to go and do his आस्था के अनुसार तपस्या or some kind of sadhana, the Congress party wants to issue fatwa on that also. So this is a mindset of anti-Hindu hatred that Congress party is displaying, that tomorrow if by mistake they will come to power, they will stop Sanatanis from doing tapasya. Now secondly, Sanjay Jha has a problem with the word mujra, but he has no problem with the word Vod Jihad. And Sanjay Jha, your neighbor Uddhav Thackeray, has also used mujra for Eknath Shinde. So if mujra is bad, it was not bad when Uddhav Thackeray used it. And in what context has this been used? This context is only this, that you have given the Muslim reservation reservation after snatching it from SC, ST, OBC? Why don't you give it in writing that you will not do this? Isn't it true that you did it in Andhra, in Karnataka, in Telangana? Isn't it true that West Bengal government has also done it and West Bengal High Court came down heavily against it? And Mr. Akhilesh Yadav said that I will do constitutional amendment to give Muslims reservation. So what is your view on this? Is this secular or is this common? And finally last point, नाविका जी देखिए ऐसा है, केवल मैं इतना कहना चाहता हूं कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी अगर एक तपस्या करने जाते हैं तो इनको इतनी समस्या हो जाती है। मैं तो कहता हूं कि राहुल गांधी का जो आस्था का केंद्र है वो वहां चले जाए, मीडिया विल फॉलो हिम देयर। बट बैंकॉक में हो सकता है वो जब जाएंगे तो ऐसे कृत्य है कि कैमरा लाइव करने वाले कृत्य नहीं होंगे, इसलिए शायद वो मीडिया को साथ में ले जाना नहीं चाहते। अब वो उनका विषय है, मैं उसमें ज्यादा नहीं बोलना चाहता।
पर्सनल लाइव्स ऑफ पीपल, शहजाद पूनावाला, एंड आई डोंट थिंक द मीडिया इज इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट ईदर। द फैक्ट ऑफ द मैटर,
दे हैव गॉट इनटू पर्सनल लाइफ ऑफ प्राइम मिनिस्टर।
Yeah, I consider this as completely avoidable controversy. I completely believe that.
इनको महबूबा याद आती है।
Exactly, that is my question to Professor Anwar Pasha.
तो
तेजस्वी यादव, when he says प्रधानमंत्री की 3 महबूबाएं उन्हें ले डूबेंगी, you know, is this the language to use? आप कह रहे हैं कि लैंग्वेज अच्छी नहीं रही इस इलेक्शन में, तो ये लैंग्वेज कौन सी लैंग्वेज है? Is this a language you would use for the top executive of this country? Number 1. Number 2, the Prime Minister has said that एक political भूचाल आने वाला है 4 जून के बाद, especially for the family-run parties. Is that really something that bothers parties like yours? Because they are family-run. Lalu Yadav के बाद Tejasvi Yadav. That is where the Prime Minister's attack is on Parivarvad.
नाविका जी, मुझे नहीं मालूम कि महबूबा शब्द, the word महबूबा, you know the meaning of word महबूबा. Mahbooba represents love. Mahbooba doesn't represent hate, like our Prime Minister uses the words which are full of hate. Mahbooba means love.
Mangal Sutra also represents.
Prime Minister is very.
Also
Prime Minister is. Prime Minister is very much.
आपको मंगल सूत्र से फिर इतनी दिक्कत क्यों थी? नहीं, फिर आपको मंगल सूत्र से इतनी दिक्कत क्यों थी?
Our Honorable Prime Minister, people know, the country knows what is the meaning of Mangal Sutra. And who is going to steal the Mangal Sutra and who is going to be given.
People also know what you are trying to say with Mahbooba.
People have already, they have, yeah, I'm trying to say the love the Prime Minister had with the unemployment, with the price rise, with the poverty. After ruling 10 years, what he has delivered at the front of this employment. Youth of this country are desperate today. Their future is dark. Even you know what is the percentage of unemployment today in the country? 83% youth are unemployed. What is the? And you'll be shocked to know. I don't think you'll be shocked to know. You know it very well. That
I don't know. You have to fact check your numbers. Anand Ranganathan is already having a seizure with these numbers that you are quoting. ये कहाँ से numbers आप quote कर रहे हैं मुझे नहीं पता.
38% of IIT pass out are unemployed.
अरे
They are not placed. This is the fact. This is the state of affairs today. And that's why poverty. You take example of poverty. 80 crore people are forced to live on 5 kg muft anaj, muft ration. Is it not poverty?
Okay.
Are they accepting it with the willingness? Are they willing to accept
Anwar Pasha ji, Anwar Pasha ji, आप तो लड़ चुके हैं इस पर चुनाव. You have already fought elections on this ground. Now is the time only to ask you why are you so scared of Prime Minister Modi, because you have raised all these issues in the campaign. When the campaign is over, why are you so worried?
Navika ji, we are not worried. You have asked question, so I am answering it. As far as this question of family rule is concerned, Parivarvad is concerned, I think this is not matter of Parivarvad or a person. I think a person who holds a party. Today, see what is happening. It is important. What is important is ideology. If a person doesn't believe in ideology of democracy, if a person doesn't believe in ideology of unity in diversity, if a person doesn't believe in having respect for other faith of the having of the people of the country, if it is important, it is good, or a person or a family, who symbolizes the ideology of democracy, ideology of love, ideology of
Dr. Anand Ranganathan, coming to you, Suhail said, but Dr. Anand Ranganathan, you've been raising your hand violently.
So
please respond to Professor Anwar Pasha.
If a family represents the ideology of social justice, democracy, I will prefer
Professor Pasha, I did not interrupt you.
Let him speak. Dictator has always just one viewpoint. Family has many viewpoints. Family respects all the ideas, the idea of India. A person doesn't, if our Prime Minister...
All right, Professor Anwar Pasha, Dr. Anand Ranganathan is responding to you.
He doesn't believe in unity.
Yes,
He doesn't
Navika.
believe in social justice. So I will...
You know, Navika, there's a reason why Bernard Shaw said those who can do, those who can't speak.
Navika, can I please have my say?
Yes, please. Yes, please, Dr. Anand Ranganathan.
Thank you. No, a very, very good evening to you and to my fellow panelists, especially to Professor Pasha, jin pe main aane wala hu abhi. No, but the thrust of the discussion, I have to say this, starting that who wouldn't be envious of Narendra Modi? He has gone to Kanyakumari. Right now, Kanyakumari temperature is 26 degrees. Delhi is 52. So it's half that. And there is another city where the temperature is 26, that's Bangkok. So maybe the opponents of Narendra Modi might be thinking of going there. No, but the fact of the matter is, and look at the smiling, effervescent Suhail Seth, he's got this Rembrandt-like halo around him. I think this is what I called a yacht tan. So God knows where he is. No, Navika, look, I want to concentrate not on the meditation because that's a personal matter. No matter how much the opposition might cry and say, look, he's meditating, oh, we are not, look, we are doing this, that. I want to talk about these so-called three dastardly phrases being used of three Mehboobas. I mean, and I will come to Professor Pasha in the midst of all that. The three Mehboobas uttered by the opposition are, number one, unemployment, number two, poverty, and number three, inflation. Let me burst their Mehbooba love bubble right now. Number one, as far as inflation is concerned, in 2011 to 2013, inflation was upwards of 11%. Right now, it is 4.85%. It has decreased from 5%. It is the lowest in months. Number two, let me come to unemployment. Last year, the unemployment was 3.1%. In the last, from 2014 to 2022, 85 million jobs were created. This is the total employed workers in India, 2014, 497 million. Right now, or 2022, 582 million. This is from NSS, PLFS, Labor Bureau data. You want to believe data or you don't want to believe data? Lastly, on poverty. 250 million Indians have been pulled out of multi-dimensional poverty. That includes rehen sehen, that includes nutrition, that includes khana. And lastly, as far as my good friend Professor Pasha is concerned, अरे पता नहीं कौन सा wire scroll वगैरह पढ़ के fake news फैला रहे हैं. 85% of youth are not unemployed. Those who are unemployed, amongst them 85% are youth, and that too is a survey. थोड़ा comprehension skill तेज करिए Professor Pasha. गड़बड़ हो जाएगी, आप professor हैं.
Suhail Seth, my question to you is very simple. The Prime Minister says there's going to be a political earthquake after 4th of June, 6 months of meltdown, and Shehzad Poonawalla has already listed the 4 phases of meltdowns that we've seen so far this election. But the fact is, look at the global outlook on India. S&P figures have come out today, and look at the manner in which they have projected how India is growing. Look at the manner in which India is regarded on the world stage. And यहाँ इस देश में हम बैठ के PM की 3 महबूबास कर रहे हैं, and we are sitting and saying, अरे why is he going for meditation? That is the violation of the model code of conduct. You know, I want to ask you, what does India want? Which level does India want to connect with people who govern them? Is it on the level of performance and where India is going to go? Or is it on this कि महबूबाएं 3 जो हैं वो उन्हें गिरा रही हैं या वो meditation के लिए क्यों जा रहे हैं? What do people of India want?
First, the people of India don't give a monkey's toss about these stupid people passing ridiculous comments. So park that. They don't really care. Number one. Number two, the problem is the professor, the suspended person's erstwhile party members, they don't even meet potential or current investors in India. So they have no idea. You see, if Rahul Gandhi met Jamie Dimon instead of meeting, Shinawatra, whoever he meets in Thailand, he would get a better perspective. The problem is very simple. And I don't mean to be disparaging about where people go for their holiday, to each his own. It's a very simple situation. Are the people in this country buoyed, B-U-O-Y-E-D, for the professor's understanding, by the state of the economy? The answer is yes. Have we moved the needle forward? The answer is yes. Anand just deciphered the mechanism and the structure of the unemployment figures that the professor so brilliantly tarnished. What do we want in India? Do we want to continuously abuse the Prime Minister? Half those jokers don't even know he's better Teflon coated than they can imagine. He's been abused since 2002. He's gotten used to it. He doesn't care what any one of us says. If we say, this is wrong, this is right. Because please remember, when a caravan moves, there are many barking dogs. But the caravan doesn't stop to address each barking dog. And here I should be even more generous towards dogs because they are more loyal than some people in some of these parties who have had to leave. The third, very clearly, Navika, is a strategic issue. There is no question that India is being treated and is being looked at in much better light than it has ever been looked at across the world. People of the Indian diaspora feel more confident, feel more involved, feel more engaged with both the idea of India and India. I've said that at your Times Now summit, that never before have I seen the Indian diaspora so deeply engaged and excited, both about India and about investing in India. Whenever you speak to people who actually matter, not the people who are sniping. You see, there are these whining class category people in our country who belong to political parties that have been founded by their grandfathers on the buried bodies of various conditions that have been tarnished. So I'm not even bothered about that. My view is very simple. Is India in a better place? Yes. Do we have problems? Of course we do. Do these problems need to constantly be addressed only by abusing Narendra Modi? I don't think so, because he doesn't care. How do you address these problems? You address these problems by A, being a responsible opposition, not by continuously hurling abuse, walking out of parliament. Two, is it the government's job to run parliament? It is. So they also need to be more focused. The point, Navika, is how many times will we throw the baby out with the bathwater? We take some puerile, pernicious pleasure in denigrating our own country. Mustn't that stop? Every time you abuse India, every time you abuse the progress Indians are making, you use gutter snipe language, which, by the way, all political parties are using, so to blame only one party is unfair. But I'm saying, how long will you expect the people of India to condone and forgive you? When you constantly mock them,
absolutely well said, absolutely well said, but Abbas Haider,
living in Fiji.
Abbas Haider, in the next 3 or 4 days, we'll know who stands where. But why must it go down to this level that even after campaign has ended in the longest ever elections, we're still cribbing, crying, complaining about just a meditation bid by the Prime Minister. And when he says that I'm ready with a 125-day program when I come back to power, it just shows he's confident, he's got his focus on the road ahead, whereas the opposition parties are still so busy trying to pull him down that they don't know if they win, what they will do.
Navika ji, I believe that even till 2019, people of the country look up to the Prime Minister. They had high hopes in the Prime Minister. But now forget about hopes and aspiration. The people of the country don't take him seriously anymore. Navika ji, we have seen the deterioration in the statement of the Prime Minister from Mangal Sutra to Mujra. We have never seen any Prime Minister who has got down to such derogatory language. Navika ji, even in the silent period, if the Prime Minister need media coverage, I guess this shows the nervousness and frustration of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
But he's not asking for it, my friend. The media will go after Akhilesh Yadav. They will go after
Navika ji, he is so desperate. He is so desperate.
He does not need.
Media has covered Akhilesh's mansion in Lucknow.
I agree with you, Navika ji.
We have wanted to interview Akhilesh for the longest time.
He is covered by the Special Protection Group. If he would have wanted, if he would have respected the model code of conduct, he would ask the SPG to stop the media from covering him during the silent period.
शहजाद पूनावाला, इनको कैमरे से इतना डर क्यों लगता है? वो भी अगर कैमरा प्रधानमंत्री की तरफ हो, इनको बहुत डर लगता है भाई.
At least they feel comfortable.
Navika.
One at a time. Shehzad responding.
Navika, may I speak?
Yes.
Navika, may I speak? Thank you, Abbas. Now, Abbas wants me to take that leader seriously who says कि 500 mg से पहले बुखार ठीक होता था, अब इन्फ्लेशन हो चुका है तो 650 mg लेना पड़ता है. मैं उनको सीरियसली ले लेता हूं. और किसी ने महबूबाओं की बात की, भाई चारा, शराब, जमीन घोटाला और तुष्टिकरण किसके परमानेंट लिव इन पार्टनर बन चुके हैं, ये मुझे बताने की आवश्यकता नहीं. पर मैं एक दो बातें रखना चाहता हूं. अभी प्रोफेसर पाशा ने बोला सब कुछ आइडियोलॉजी के ऊपर है, तो बताइए ये कैसी आइडियोलॉजी है कि छठे फेज में हम साथ है दिल्ली में और पंजाब में 7वें फेज में हम आपके हैं कौन? और जो उद्धव ठाकरे को आरजेडी कहती थी कि ये जो लोग हैं इन्होंने बाबरी को गिराने का काम किया, उनके साथ सेकुलरिज्म बचाओ. और आखिरी बात प्रोफेसर पाशा, एक सवाल आपसे, अगर कोई ये कहे कि मेरा ही खुदा सही खुदा है और बाकी सारे खुदा गलत है, ये आप सेकुलर मानते हैं या इसको कम्युनल मानते हैं? इसको आप डिक्टेटोरियल मानते हैं? एक बार प्रोफेसर पाशा बताइए, उसके बाद आगे की.
Just 20 seconds. I'm short of time. 20 seconds to you, Professor.
मैं अभी जवाब देना चाहता हूं. You are always, Navika ji, you are always short of time when it comes to me. You have given plenty of time to your other speakers, other panelists, and you have interviewed me. You have not allowed me to speak at all. You have just put a question and you have no patience. You have no patience to listen to my answer. As far as the question of Mr. Poonawala is concerned, his question is concerned. You ask this question to the Prime Minister of this country, whether he is a Prime Minister of the country of the India of all faiths, he represents all people or not, or he just represents a Hindu. He doesn't represent Sikh, he doesn't represent Christian, he doesn't represent Muslims. He hates Muslims of this country. You ask this question to your leader, Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister. He will tell you what is faith. What is faith? I'm very happy that Prime Minister has gone to this.
Let me just end it at this. Anand Ranganathan Suhail said, do you think the Prime Minister is partial to just one faith and isn't secular about others? Yes or no answer?
No, he isn't. He should remove discrimination that is happening against Hindus, but alas, he hasn't. So he's actually appeasing the Muslims. Ulta keh raha hai Pasha sahab.
And Suhail said, do you think the Prime Minister is, only looking after Hindus and not the others?
Not at all. Because if he was only looking after Hindus, there would be no abolition of triple talaq. If he was only looking after Hindus, there would be a revolution. And why do you want to divide India again and again by even asking these stupid questions when the results are going to be out? Do you want this? This is your playbook. It's a playbook that you invented. It's a playbook that your leadership, which was vacuous, which was unseemly, invented. Mahatma Gandhi created that unseemliness by dividing and ruling. And you people can't find one leader and you want to blame one.
Well. I just want to today end this show by saying there is confidence on one side. The Prime Minister's confident, gone in for meditation. On the other side, they're still looking for ways and means to pull down Narendra Modi and to keep questioning why is he trying to get more votes than they can. Is it actually something that they can turn the tables on now after campaigning is over, when 6 phases of elections are over? I don't know. But whatever is the truth, whatever is the decision of the people of India, we'll know on the 4th of June. As of now, To people, the opposition looks more nervous than Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Will this be well-founded confidence? We'll wait and watch. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.